Come. Say hi, squirrel. Squirrel. Everyone meet Koe. She's a 7-year-old German Shepherd, also my soul dog. I even recently just got a new puppy because whenever she's gone, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I don't know how I'm going to cope. Honestly, don't even know if I'll survive. I feel like when she dies, I die. I'm just. So, I have two stories for you about Koe. One is going to be very hard for me to tell, and the other one is just flat out eerie, very haunting, and I don't even know what it was. So, I'm going to get into the first story. This one is about my brother. So, before my dog saved me, she saved my brother. Back in 2019, just before COVID hit, my brother was released from prison. He had been in there for years, and so he came to stay with my mom and I to kind of get himself back on his feet. It had been about a week at this point, and he told my mom and I that he was going to go take a shower. She can't deal with the story. Okay, I'm in my room. The bathroom is along my bedroom wall, and I just hear this loud thud. I wait for a second to kind of listen and then just brush it off because I had a shower caddy in the shower that would fall all the time and it made this horrific sound. And my mom would be like, "Are you okay? Did you fall?" And it was just, it'd be so loud, it would scare the crap out of me in the bathroom when it happened. So I assumed it had been falling lately. I assumed it was nothing. That's honestly exactly what it sounded like. And Koe was laying with me in my room. After about 30 seconds, she just jumps up and runs to the bathroom door. She starts listening and putting her ear to the bathroom door, and there's no sound, but she starts freaking out, hitting the door, scraping out underneath. I'm confused as to what she's doing. My mom and I both tried to get her to stop, but she would not listen to either of us. She would not give up. And after 5 more minutes or so of her still barking nonstop, my mom decides to be like, "Hey, what's going on? Is everything okay? Just checking up on him because I don't know." Called his name, no answer. Again, no answer. And this is the second we knew that it was really bad. My mom's trying to get through the door. She busts through the door. So does Koe right after her. He was on the floor, completely blue. And so I called 911. My mom is just hysterical, crying, just screaming his name. It was hard. The police got there pretty quickly, and Koe didn't even question whenever they ran in the house. Come here, Koe. Come here, Koe. She's like over there staring. She keeps hearing her name and she's like, "Are you calling me?" Or she's a very protective dog, so for them to just like run in the house and her not question them, she knew that something was off and they were there to help. She could just tell. So whenever the police got there, she was just breaking the door, trying to get in, and so I had to take her outside in the back and she's just pacing around, crying, like she was really stressed out too. Moral of the story, he did make it. He probably would not be alive today if it wasn't for Koe. The officers said if it had been just a little bit longer, maybe a minute or two, he would have either been brain dead or have not made it. And they're surprised that he's not brain dead for as long as he was out for. Koe, you be nice. Hi, how are you? Sorry, I'm like filming a video too. But no, you're fine. But I'm just like sitting out here. Man. Hey, Ko. Hey, come here. Yeah, she was calling me like, sorry about that. My talking to my neighbor. So after that whole thing went down, she was really on edge with my brother for the longest time after that. But to think about it, I don't think we would have checked, and my brother would not have made it that night. I would have just assumed it was the shower caddy. I would have told my mom that, and we wouldn't have found him until the next morning, probably. She alerted us from the moment it happened, and we decided to ignore her and tell her to hush because my brother would not be here today if it was not for Koe. Moral of that story is don't ignore your dog. The little yappy dogs, you can probably ignore them, but one thing I've learned about owning a German Shepherd is if they bark, it is always for something. It may be a little animal running across in the front yard. It's definitely something, not something that we're going to be, but if they bark, please go check it what they're barking at because 99% of the time it's been issues. Anytime she's barking and she will not stop, I always go check, and she does not start barking until I look out the window and she looks to look at until I look out the window and she looks at me to check if I'm approving it. And if it's nothing, I say it's okay and we walk off and she does not bark at it again. She wants us to check. That's all they want from you. Now, For story number 2, this is the creepy haunting story. A year back, my dad was gone for a week for a work trip, and it was just Chloe and I at the house. I went to bed pretty early this night because I was trying to get back on a good sleep schedule. I remember making dinner pretty early, and then I got in bed around 9, probably fell asleep around 10. So, in the house, my bedroom is upstairs, and Chloe always wants to sleep at the front door, probably so she can keep watch. She never wants to sleep upstairs. I think that's the reason, because she's always wanting to sleep next to me, but she wants to keep watch on the front and back doors. I wake up to loud barking at around 1:30 in the morning. For one, I'm a very heavy sleeper, and two, if I'm woken up, I'm angry and confused and just very out of it. I just want to go back to sleep. So I was just angry for the fact that I was not going to be able to go back to sleep. I was actually surprised that I had woken up because my door is closed and it's really hard to hear barking downstairs. But this was like aggressive, angry barking. There's only very few times I've heard this bark from her, and it's always been for something really bad. That means somebody's at the door. It's usually the bark, as if somebody's at the front door. And so I'm like kind of confused, but I'm trying to wake up. I must have drifted off back to sleep for a little bit because I woke up again. She's still barking. I checked my phone and it's 1:50 a.m. She was still barking, this same aggressive bark. I'm so annoyed. I go check out the front windows of the house, look around, see nothing, go to the back windows of my room, look around, see nothing. I'm assuming there's a cat, something roaming around, and she's just seeing that. If you're downstairs, you can hear the footsteps of me walking pretty loudly. And so I start walking towards my bedroom door to go tell her to hush. This is the scary part. So she's getting her squeaky toy. My door is on the handle, and I hear this awful squeal. It sounded as if she was being choked. I'm telling you, it was the worst sound I've ever heard in my entire life. I never want to hear that sound come from her again. So scary that my heart started racing, and I grabbed my phone and immediately called my mom. I don't know why I didn't call the police first, but I called my mom. I'm sorry. Thank the Lord she answers at almost 2 in the morning. And I pretty much tell her everything that's happened and the horrible noise that she just made. And she's like, "You have to go down there." Deep down, I knew I had to go down there. I gathered myself. I'm the only one home. I have to go down there. I have to make sure no one's in my house, and I have to make sure she's okay. I slowly open the door. I'm terrified. Slowly open the door, and she's standing at the bottom of the stairs staring at me. That's how I knew she was not barking at the front door. So something was happening in the vicinity downstairs. So here are the stairs. She's standing right here. Here's the back door. I open the door, I can see the back door. It's just straight down. I can see everything. The most eerie thing about the story is that I hear crickets. That's the first thing I hear, crickets. And I'm thinking, why are they so loud? I don't remember hearing crickets this loud. I don't know. I'm creeping down the stairs, not to make any noise, just in case someone's in the house. I'm trying to plan everything out in my head. I'm thinking I'm gonna get killed. I'm thinking, okay, someone's right behind this counter in the kitchen, and they're gonna stab me as I get down, or there's someone over there hunched down. Like, I'm picturing all these things in my head. So I'm creeping down the stairs, being really quiet just in case. Chloe tries to block me from going down the stairs. This dog has never been aggressive towards me at all. She starts running up to me where I'm downstairs, where I'm walking downstairs, and she's biting my hands as I'm walking. And I'm like, what? She would never, ever bite me. Okay. I get to the last step. The back door's open. The back door's cracked open, probably almost halfway, a fourth of the way open. I couldn't breathe, especially being alone in that moment. And if you know me, I'm going to lock every single door. I'm probably going to check 3 times. Especially if I'm alone, I probably checked this door 5 times before I went to bed. I knew for a fact the front was locked and the back door was locked. Since doing social media, I've had issues with threats and people trying to come to my house, people threatening it. So people just trying to find out where I lived. So I really thought this was it for me. I thought it was one of those cases. Either someone planned this and found me, or it's just a creep. I know it was someone at the door. I go to just grab the door handle to close it. I'm honestly not thinking clearly, and Chloe runs at me, biting my hand that's about to grab the handle. She's not allowing me to go out the back door. So what happened? I'm sprinting out the front door. I have to go around the stairs, around the corner to get to the front. And I'm like ducking and doing all this like an obstacle course just in case someone is around the corner trying to take me out. I'm out the front door. I'm running down my neighborhood. I call my mom. Actually, I don't even remember if I ended the call with my mom or not. I don't know if she was still on the line, but talking to her, it's honestly all such a blur. I'm walking around the other side of my neighborhood. She's calling the police, and I'm staying on the phone. I'm I don't know. It's a blur. Two young lady officers show up and they search the house, search everything. I kind of explain the situation. My mom is on her way over to my house at this point. It's like a 30-minute drive for her. One of the police officers, she said, "Hey, I have a German Shepherd at home." And she's like, "I just want to let you know, there was definitely someone in here." And I'm like, "Thank you for telling me that." No, but actually, like, my mom and I kind of made this assumption and tried to like put together pieces of the story. We figured the first 30 minutes she was barking, they were probably already in the house and they were walking around. She's probably following them, barking aggressively, or they had been trying to get in the door for the first 30 minutes. And it seemed after I was walking upstairs and they may have heard my footsteps because it's pretty loud. Baby? My camera keeps dying, but I'm almost done. So we assumed maybe they heard my footsteps. That's when they heard me and they decided to walk upstairs, and maybe she wouldn't let them. She won't even let my parents go into my room, so that makes the most sense. I truly think she saved my life that night. I don't know what that was, but it definitely was not good. The main thing in common with both of these stories is that I told her to hush. Don't ever judge a German Shepherd's actions because they know things that we don't know. They have senses that we cannot sense. She can sense any situation, if it's a positive, it's a negative, is there bad feelings or thoughts surrounding it. Like, she knows every person I meet. I let her meet them. Like, I'm telling you, this dog knows. She never barks unless there's something wrong. These dogs know immediately when something's off. If they continue barking, even after you've told them it's okay to hush, then please listen to them. I'm telling you, they are here to protect us and they love us, and she's the best dog in the whole wide world. German Shepherds are great dogs, but I love my Coey. And come here, Coey. You want to come say bye? Come here. I'm about to cry. I don't know. I'm just like watching her and she's just. Anything to say? I love you.